Yeah.
Your hands are tied. The American people's hands are tied. There's nothing they can do.
Well, you know, there's a lot of troops out there, and some of them supposedly on our side, that would like for us to believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But I choose to believe that the American people can rise to the occasion. We've done it before a few hundred years ago. We can raise to the occasion that the New World Order isn't as powerful as they think as they want you to believe they are.
Right.
That's correct.
They have their police state in place now. And the minute the American people rise up, they're going to get squashed.
They do have the police state. They do have the gulags. And they are starting to imprison people. The writers, again, they're going after the writers. They went after me. They went after Mark Cornicky. They went after Bill Cooper. You know, and now they've gone after Edgar Steele. Edgar Steele is in prison. We're trying to get him out.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsey Williams.
Yeah.
What's happened to Lindsey? Is Lindsey still alive?
I'm not sure.
I think he's still alive.
He was one of them. I mean, he was putting out the truth, too.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a really nasty situation when the American people do wake up. It's going to be really ugly. It really is. And I don't know, Clay. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I don't see any other way to alleviate these problems other than the American people rising up. And they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to grow some gonads and stand up for themselves.
How about peaceful non-compliance like Mahatma Gandhi?
Yeah, well, that could work. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. You know, you get to a point where you just want to hit your head up against the wall. I mean, I just don't see any signs of anything changing. Is it me or what? I just don't see any signs. So.
Well, there's not too many signs of it changing. But then again, who controls the media? They're not telling you. There is a change happening here, Bill. The your work, my work, that of thousands of other people are putting the truth out on YouTube, on Blog Talk, on Blog TV, on TalkShoe, on Crusade. They are putting out information. We may disagree on certain points. You know, I certainly prefer to live in a Christian country, but how many different sects of Christianity are there? Don't try to force one on me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But the Ron Paul was a subscriber of mine for 10 years. And Ron Paul's done a pretty good job of trying to get the Fed audited and trying to keep the Constitution intact in America.
Right.
But
that's why they minimalize him. They minimalize him. They ridicule him. They do to him exactly what they've done to me, what they will do to anybody that steps out there. That's what they did to Joe McCarthy. That's what they kidnapped Lindbergh's baby because he was speaking out against the Federal Reserve. They've done the same thing for thousands of years over history when they started their whole slave states, Mystery Babylon, the whole New World Order bullshit. Been around for thousands of years. The money changers Jesus ran out of the temple are still with us. They just changed the name of the temple. They call it the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, or the International Monetary Fund now. Right. Right.
But we have the numbers. If we can get
back the media and take back control of the media and make the movies that we've talked about making on this show here, that we've already got the music for. My God, we could do something here. And so I think we've got the numbers. You know, it's kind of like Carl Klang said, again, almost 20 years ago. Yeah. And we could have the bankers for breakfast, you know, if we woke up and if we stood up against them.
Right.
If 10 million Americans marched on Washington and said, hey, we're holding a new election today. Bring these people out. We're going to have, we're forming the grand jury, you know, we got 10 million people here. Our vote counts. And we're arresting all of you New World Order traitors.
Right. Well, it's something that I really, I pray for. I pray for this. That the American people wake up and that they make a stand. And that in the future you can be proud to call yourself an American because we stood up to tyranny and we stopped it. Or we're going to be cursed by you know, our children and our grandchildren. So it's a choice that we're going to have to make in this country.
And that's what I do this for. I mean, you know, folks, if I was trying to get rich, I'd be sucking up to the Jews. You'd never hear the word Jew come across my lips. You'd never hear Zionist come across my radio show. You wouldn't hear anything. It'd be just like MSNBC or CNN, the Communist News Network.
Yes.
But if you remain brain dead, you don't buy Bill's book, you don't buy my books, you don't subscribe, you don't make a donation, you don't try to help, you just want to sit back and wait till they knock on your door. Alexander Solzhenitsyn said how we burned in those prison camps, thinking if we had just done something, if the neighborhood had roused up and defended their neighbors instead of turning into snitches for the KGB.
Right. Well, they're doing the same thing here. I mean, with Napolitano during the holiday seasons last year in the Walmarts, they had Janet Napolitano messages, report anything suspicious, report this, report that, look out for, you know. The police state is here. It's here. It's
been here for 20 years. For 20 years, I've been trying to tell the American people, this is what this means. You know, FEMA was created by executive order, and after 9/11, they used that as an excuse to put FEMA in charge. And I had Colonel John Brinkerhoff of FEMA lecturing law enforcement in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in my film True Face of FEMA. In case of a single outbreak of smallpox in a major metropolitan area, an earthquake of sufficient magnitude, say along the New Madrid fault line, or a nuclear attack, we'd need 400,000 well-armed, well-trained, organized, disciplined troops to control the American people, because some of them just won't follow orders.
That's right.
Are you talking about the National Guard, Colonel? No, they're too expensive. Besides that, they're going to be in Iraq or Afghanistan or Iran or Libya or somewhere.
Right.
They won't be here. So who is left to guard our borders if the federal government won't do it? And in Arizona, we passed a law, and the federal government is suing Arizona. A federal judge put it on hold. Obama put it on hold with his executive order.
Right.
So we have our leaders, and they're supposed to be protecting us, doing everything they can to allow this to happen, to allow this takeover, to allow these people that they want them to vote. Because if they vote, well, let's see, we can probably count on them to vote as a Democrat and keep the funding coming.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, geez, it's not easy to be, you know, to walk in our shoes, let's say, to try and be informing people, to try and be waking people up, like you are with your works and like I do with mine. I'm a musician. I'm a writer. I'm not very good at public speaking. I'm not very good at you know, at talking. That's not my strong point. I'm a musician. I'm a writer. So those are the tools that I use to try and wake people up. But I'm not a public speaker, and sometimes I have a hard time, you know, expressing myself. But you do it in a way that is comfortable for you, and for me that's music and that's writing, and that's what I'm trying to do. I hope that people would go to Hidden Mysteries and order my books and order your books, and this way, you know, it'd give us a little bit of incentive to keep on going here, because it's getting hard. It's getting hard.
That's right. If I get a few orders of a book a day, it makes my day, folks. It makes my day. And
oh yeah,
Bill, you're a songwriter. And what instrument do you play? Guitar?
Well, I play guitar and drums and bass and keyboards and flute. I pretty well play several instruments.
Did you write? Did you write and play this song here?
Oh yeah, you've got one of them. You've got one off of my album that I recorded 2 years ago called Renegade.
Crowd in Washington. You can believe anything they say. They sell you the globalistic notion.
God bless you both.
You can integrate
Appreciate you
anything today.
Thank you.
I tell you, the people don't seem aware at all. Too many other things to do, and everything is falling down for the deaf, dumb, and blind. They're doing away with borders. It's a new world. It's a new day. There's a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready. They burn the Constitution. It doesn't mean anything today. We live in a mental institution, 'cause everything's crazy. Crazy. Nobody wants to share at all, and people worship money, and everything is breaking down, and everybody's shaking down. They're doing away with borders. It's a new
Call
world.
recording has been completed.
It's a new day. There is a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready. Hey, look out.
All right, Bill
There you
Samsel.
go, Clay.
I really appreciate you being on my show today. And
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you.
well, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of your Danger novels.
Well, I hope you enjoy it, Clay.
Already
Okay.
have, Bill. Already have.
Okay. Well, as soon as I get a copy from Hidden Mysteries, I'll send you along one. And when the new one, because they're going to come out with all three of them stuck together in one volume. So I'll send you one of them when they come along too, and we'll go from there. I hope you think it was a good interview.
I think it was a great interview. I think it was a great interview, and it's up. You can go listen to it. It's up on my Blog Talk Radio, and we still got I missed a few minutes on my Blog TV, but we're making up for that right now.
Yeah.
And both these will be up on my website in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. These guys that are on the blog here, they don't seem to be paying much attention to what's going on the show, do they?
Well, the guests, the people like Renegade, Papa Bear, the Planet Northern Real Fart, they're always listening. They're always listening. The other ones, the guests on there that I've basically got shut out, all they do is try to disrupt. That's all.
Yeah. Because I saw a couple of times on there, they really got some language going on there, don't they?
They don't like me much. They don't like me much. It's interesting. It's even happened here. I mean, I can walk into a biker bar because I guess I've handed people my cards. Here's my show. Here's my show. Here's my website. And I've got phone numbers. I've got contact. I've got email up there. And I don't get any response by email, and I don't get any phone calls. But if I walk into a biker bar, oh, you're barred from here. You're 86th here. Yeah, I haven't been in here for 6 months. What have I done to get kicked out?
Wow.
So it has to be coming from my radio shows. It has to be coming from the comments. It has to be coming from the articles that I write, or the books that I've got out there. I mean, I didn't start. Everything was fine in the biker bars until my book Mystery Babylon came out. And
Are you selling any books? Are you selling any books or what?
If I go to an event like the Tesla convention, I sell books. If I do it over the internet, it's like everybody that's listening to the internet, they either don't have any money, or they don't want to help, or they want everything for fucking free, because I don't get any response. I don't get any orders from books. The phone don't ring. I'm blocked in every library around the country. And it's when this all started happening, it was like I really had no idea, and may not today know exactly where this is coming from. Gee, your house got broken into and ripped off. Was it the government, or was it meth addicts, or was it illegals? I don't know. I don't know. When people show up to me in the hospital and say, "We don't like you publishing that motorcycle magazine, and we're the CIA. You can thank us for those hallucinations." I don't know. I don't know if they're CIA. Do the guys from CIA show you their badges? No, I don't think so. So we're, and if the average person, if this happened to the average person out there, they would just think it was just bad luck. It was just bad luck. Well, I was in the wrong place in the wrong time. No, it wasn't I was in the wrong place. The other aspect is somebody tapped my phone and told somebody where I was going and where I was going to be. Oh yeah.
Well, they're watching everybody. They're on to everybody, and I'm small fish. I'm just tiny little fish, But there's some anomalies that go on the internet that are very strange that I've been experiencing lately, and I don't know. Maybe they're watching everybody. I guess
I'm sorry. Look, they have gone up. They have gone up to people that were scheduled to be on my show. They got a knock on their door. Two guys in a black van with backup vans parked outside. Why are you going to be on the Clay Douglas show? So you can expect that.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, you have become an enemy right now because you're talking to me, because you're writing books, because you're because you are trying to get the truth out there to people and make people aware.
Right.
Then you become the enemy. You become the enemy. That's why they're going after the Tea Parties. That's why they're going after Veterans Today. That's why they're going after the veterans, and that's why they're demonizing Ron Paul.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I mean, even though I'm not selling any books, Clay. I called up Lauren yesterday and said, are you telling me that in 9 months I haven't sold a single book? I mean, and he's standing, I know, he says, I know. He says, but it's just dead. It's dead. So, you know, I mean, well, but I got 4 or 5 books out there and nobody's buying them. So, God, you know, I'm going down the tubes here. You know?
Well, it's the same situation with me. I mean, I'm selling. If I do an event, if I promote them, then I'm okay. But if I try to promote them,
yeah, it's just you're not getting any response.
I had Mike Harris on, and he'll be included. I had him on just a few days ago, and he ran for governor here in Arizona. And he said, I said, well, how'd the press treat you? He said, I couldn't get arrested. I couldn't get arrested. Nothing. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't get any press. And they blame me for starting the militias, you know, back 15 years ago. And
well, I don't know. Shame on you. Shame on you for trying to wake people up. I tell you. You know?
Well, that's the way they treat it. That's the way they treat it. I mean, conspiracy theorists, racist, anti-Semitic. You're anti-Semitic. You hate Jews, don't you? No, I just hate criminals. I can't, you know, kind of strange, you know, that most of our financial criminals are Jews. What's that?
You just hate criminals.
I hate criminals, that's right. I hate criminals.
Doesn't matter who they are. I hate them. They're criminals. It doesn't matter who they are. It could be Obama. Doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah, unreal parts that hurt anyone with an alternative opinion couldn't get within 10 blocks out of the 9/11 tribute. They had fully militarized police at the 9/11.
Oh, it was sickening, wasn't it? It was just sickening to sit and watch that crap, man, because, you know, it's just bull. It's bull. It's just bull, you know. And the American people swallow it up. They just soak it up like a sponge, don't they?
They do. They do. Yeah. It's you know, my God, guys, what does it take to wake you up? I mean, it really is, you know, this supervision that you talk about, there's television, it is programming. All of this stuff the 9/11 was staged to take us into a war. It was a script that was laid out, and it was participated in by all of our higher military. I don't think the lower military, they weren't in on it, but the higher ones were. We had so many different little things going on there. We had exercises and exercise. It was the 9/11 was bullshit. It was a controlled demolition all the way down the line, and it was done to bring us into a war. So what? They get rid of all of it. They get rid of all of our troops out of this country, and they launch an invasion coming into this country. There's been 40,000 Americans, maybe more, murdered since 9/11 by illegal aliens, folks. But don't watch that. Don't watch that shell. Don't watch that shell. Over here we got Iraq. Over here we've got Afghanistan. Watch these shells. Watch these shells.
Right. And the American people follow along just like sheep. And that's what really freaks me out. I mean, that's what really bugs me, is that, what, am I the only, I mean, you feel so alone, you feel so powerless, you know? So, I really don't, it's, I don't know what to say anymore, Clay. You know, sometimes I'm just speechless. I just don't know, I don't know what to say sometimes, you know. But thank God that I can express myself clearly and all musically and in the writing, you know. But it's almost overpowering. It's almost overwhelming. So
I think that was the that was the title of one of my last articles. It was just, it's overwhelming that
yeah.
You know, we're put in a situation. You and I can see it clearly, and I've talked with people over and over again from all over the world about this. They all agree with everything that we've said here in this show. And they're all trying to do something. They're trying to wake their neighbors up and try, but the apathy is almost overwhelming. And whether it's due to drugs, now remember, folks, 20,000 people a year die of pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh, yeah.
15,000 die from all the heroin, methamphetamine, and cocaine floating around this country, brought in by the intelligence agencies.
Oh, yeah.
Carried in by the illegals that are being covered, their actors being covered by Obama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you heard about the North American Union? Guess what? Mm-hmm. It's happened now. We're in this.
We're in it. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, you're spot on. You're spot on, Clay. You're spot on. So I guess we just keep plugging away here, you know. Maybe this winter for the holidays, maybe we'll see some sales pick up, or we'll see something.
Well,
you know.
you've got a tool to do it with. Get it out. Get this show. Get the links to this show out. It's all up on freeamerican.com, or will be within the hour. And send that out to anybody on your email list. Send it to Lauren. Tell him to get this out. You know. All of the books, both of your books and my books on freeamerican.com are linked to our publisher.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed, and maybe we'll sell some books, huh?
All right, sir. We'll work at it. Thanks for being on my show. And
thanks for having me, bud.
Give a tip of my Charlie One Horse to Detective Danger.
There you go. Okay, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You take care now. Bye-bye.